Hello, welcome back to HunterTuned. Today I actually got my skinnies in the mail for my VMS drag wheels. I already had the 24.5 by 9.5 by 13 M&H Racemaster drag slicks mounted on the front wheels, but I did not get a pair of skinnies because a lot of places were out of stock. I ended up going through IPG parts, and they actually hooked me up with a set of M&H skinnies. So I have M&H tires all around. We're all matchy-matchy. And I'm just going to go and mount these skinnies on the wheels quick, and then I'm going to head home and throw them on the car, and I'm going to get my ride height adjusted because currently the front slicks do not clear the fenders, and I have to raise up the front suspension, and I'm going to make sure the car is level all around. And then tomorrow I actually have an appointment to get an alignment. So I'm going to get the car aligned and everything, but before you get an alignment, you got to make sure that your ride height is set where you want it, because they're going to align it for whatever ride height it's set for. So I'm going to go do this, and then I'll pick back up when I get back, and we will set the ride height on the car. Alright guys, I'm back in the garage now, and starting to adjust the ride height for the front, so I can get my drag slicks on the front all set up and make sure they don't rub or anything like that. I also got my skinnies mounted. These things were kind of a pain in the ass to mount because I don't know if they were sitting in the warehouse for a long time or something, but they seemed like they were really dry, and I could not get the bead to seat on the back side of the rim to save my life. I put 50 psi in it, and they're only recommended for 40, and it took like, I don't know, a good 15-20 times pumping it up and down, getting the air in and out of it and soaking it with soapy water and whatever, and we finally got the bead to seat on the skinnies. So those are all mounted up and good to go. So yeah, now I'm just adjusting the suspension because before, when I put the slicks on where the ride height was, the fender was literally sitting on top of the tire. So I got to jack the suspension up, and I'm doing that now. And it's pretty simple on a Civic. I'm just going to loosen up the top nuts here on the coilover. And now that that's loose, I'm going to just bust the collar down here loose that locks the ride height adjustment in. So I'm going to bust that loose with a hammer and a chisel. Alright, so I'm just going to get in here and give this thing a couple taps. There we go. Fuck those stupid collar wrenches. I hate using those things. I just like using a hammer and a chisel. Seems to work just fine for me. So we're gonna do that and then push down on this whole assembly, and then the whole shock will spin inside of the this body of the shock here. So I'm just gonna spin this until we get the ride height we want. Probably gonna have to raise and lower the car a few times until it's perfect. So I'm just gonna adjust these coilovers so everything doesn't rub and it's equal on each side. So I like to have the driver's side be like a ½ inch taller than the passenger, so when I'm sitting in the car it's level. Every little detail here with suspension on a drag car makes a huge difference. So everything should go easier tomorrow when I get it aligned as well. Alright, so the car's back on the ground now, and this side looks like it needs to come up a little bit yet. I can only fit about a finger in here. These are at the most pressure they're ever going to be at to actually kind of mark everything out and see where it's going to sit. The other side doesn't look half bad, so this side might be okay. Maybe not. Nah, she's got to come up yet. She's got to come up quite a bit. Yeah, so round 2, jack it back up, readjust everything. Alright guys, I've had the car up and down probably 3 times on the ground, off the ground, just playing with the coilover, and I have it set up so the front sides, actually I measured from the door, so the bottom of the door on both sides, with me sitting in it, is about 10 1/8 of an inch on both sides. It's even with me sitting in it. Without me sitting in it, it's about a 1/4 inch higher on the driver's side, which is freaking perfect. So now that this is all set up in the front, I'm just going to tighten my lug nuts down, and I'm going to work on getting the rear set up, because now the rear is lower than the front, which not the biggest deal in the world, but I would like to get the car level, and once the car is level, then I can get the thing aligned properly. So like I said, I'm not going to waste my money on an alignment unless the car is set up ride height perfectly and everything is good to go there. So we're just going to jack the back of the car up now, get the wheels off, and crank up the suspension in the back. Alright guys, I didn't really film a whole lot on doing the rear suspension on the car. It's kind of the same concept as the front, obviously, just on the back. And I got my skinnies on the back mounted up. Car's looking frickin' sweet. I measured from the side skirt to the ground, and the car is completely perfectly level, which is what I'm looking for. And once the car has less tire pressure in the front end, I actually lowered the tire pressure in the front to where I'm going to be racing them at. And the car's a little bit lower in the front, but once the car lifts up and starts moving down the racetrack, it should be level, which is kind of what I'm shooting for. But this is all good to go. I got everything buttoned up, and this thing should be ready to go for an alignment tomorrow. So yeah, super stoked. This thing's looking badass. Too bad if I look outside. Yeah, this shit's depressing. Honestly, I've been sitting doing a whole lot of fucking nothing lately but playing PUBG with Michael, and it fucking sucks. This shit sucks. I hate this weather in April. If it wasn't April and the track wasn't supposed to be open last weekend. Oh, and on top of it, if the track wasn't supposed to open last weekend because of the weather, it was supposed to open this weekend coming up, and they already canceled it again. Because guess what? We're supposed to get more snow tomorrow. This shit sucks. But anyways, the roads are like dry now, so I'm just going to drive the fucking car over to the alignment shop tomorrow with the slicks, YOLO, and hopefully it'll all be good and nothing will give us problems at the alignment shop. It shouldn't, but I mean, I can already tell on the front end it's got a little bit of positive camber, so we're going to have to adjust the upper control arms to move that end, and then they'll have to adjust the tie rod ends in order to get the, what is that, the toe? Mm-hmm. The toe right. And then that'll be it for the front end. And then for the back, really all we have to adjust is camber. They might do the toe on the back as well, because there's little toe plates. But if those bolts are like rusty, they don't usually mess with them because they snap really easy. But toe and camber in the back, I have the adjustable camber links in the back, so that should be all good to go. The rear doesn't look all that bad. It looks like it's almost straight already, but we'll have to see when it actually gets on the alignment rack tomorrow. But also, yeah, they might adjust or play with the caster a little bit depending on where the traction bar is set up right now. I feel like those rods on the traction bar might still be a little bit too long, and it might be messing up the caster, but we'll find out for sure tomorrow, like I said. But yeah, looking freaking sweet. I posted a picture of this thing on Instagram. You guys should go check it out. HunterTuned1 is my Instagram name. But show you the skinnies quick. It's kind of dark out, but might be able to see down in here. Here we go. Look at all that eBay shit right there. Bunch of eBay junk. But it looks slick. It looks slick. Hopefully this all works out and we go fast. Go real fast. Skinny boy. I just want to go fast. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This is probably a little short video for you guys, and kind of showing you the stuff that I'm doing to prep for drag racing and to get this thing all set up so we can go fast in the quarter mile. A lot of this stuff is kind of important on a front wheel drive because you have weight transfer at your disadvantage. So you want to make sure a lot of this stuff is perfect, like the alignment and the ride height and all that stuff, to be able to get the maximum amount of traction. Hopefully we don't break a bunch of axles, and we can run stock axles and the stock transmission and all that stuff. I had a hatch that went 1050s for like a couple track days in a row, and it didn't break with stock axles and everything. So I'm going to try to do the same thing on this car. Hopefully it works out. If it doesn't, oh well, I'll probably just sell the fucker. I'm just kidding. I like this car. But anyways, thank you for watching, and remember to hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video, and subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and hit the bell, the notification bell, in order to know when I post new videos so you guys can stay up to date with what's going on with the car. And we will see you in the next video. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'm not sure. But have a good one.